Alrighty, thank you so much, Josh. Up next we have Angie with Why Worthless, navigating gendered spaces through performance.
Last time I was on stage, I was shoveling a burrito into my mouth, so this is a real change of pace. My name's Angie. I use they, them pronouns. I'm from Miami. I'm Cuban, and I think that's all the background you need to know to understand what I'm about to say next. Honestly, I'm here only to talk about my homework, so that's very Stanford of me to do. But yeah, I'm taking this class, and it's called Performing Race, Gender, and Sexuality, and I'm going to talk to you about my first week there. So yeah, first week we were supposed to perform a piece. They were given to us completely unprompted. Our teacher barely knew our names and was like, okay, now you're going to get up on stage and you're going to write something and you're going to do something and it's going to be about what your intentions are for the entire quarter. All 10 weeks of it. I was like, perfect, awesome, intentions. But, you know, it's a cool class. It's performing race, gender, and sexuality, all things that are fundamental to my studies, myself, to everything that I've ever done ever. So I think I had two fundamental questions that I really wanted to answer with this piece, and I think with every piece of art that I've ever wanted to create, ever. So I'm going to borrow a Loc Manon's words in saying that every poem I've ever written starts with, this is my body, and ends with, I'm sorry, and I think that's something that I wanted to bring to my performance as well. I wanted to answer two fundamental questions. One, how do you navigate an identity that is genderqueer, that is genderless, when your entire life has been navigated by gendered language, by Spanish, because I'm Cuban, Miami, you know. And that's a really tough thing to answer because there is no real answer. How do I explain to people in a language they can understand that everything I am doesn't necessarily have words? Yeah, so that's something I tried to explore. I tried to do it through words, I tried to do it without words. And that brings me to the next point, how do I communicate something without words? And I think that's where this piece really comes in. I realized if I can't use words for, what can I use? I can use what I know, which is how to feel, or things that I feel that I know are inherently true, even if they don't have a language yet. And I think that's really everything I've ever tried to do, everything I've ever wanted to do in this performance, in any performance. And I suppose I encourage all of you to think about all those things, all those spaces that don't have either words or language, but they exist and they manifest and they're in all of us. So now I just want you to take all of that. I want you all to take a really, really deep breath. With that inhale, just take everything I said in. With an exhale, close your eyes. Perfect. Now let that settle in the way it settles in, if it settles in at all, and if you've lost everything I've ever said, that's cool too. Now we're going to take one more breath. One more breath. And with that, I want you to focus on your chest. I want you to focus on your heartbeat. I want you to feel like there's a giant weight coming down on it. I want you to feel heavy, trapped. I want you to feel it slow down. Now I want you to lift that weight up quickly. I want someone to pull a string on your waist and pull it all the way in. I want you to feel like you can't even take a full breath anymore. Can you feel your heart racing? Yeah. Now focus on your hands. You ever thought about your hands? Ever thought about how many hands came before it? If your hands look like your mom's hands, if they look like your hands? Are they your hands? Do you belong to this body? Does this body belong to you? Take two more deep breaths. Hope you can take something out of that.